The story really starts with my wife and I. Every morning we have coffee, or she has tea, and we read the paper together before going to work.
I saw this article about True Purpose Ministries, which is a men's ministry, and the article really moved me because it said that these men had to leave this property because of mainly neighbors who wanted them out.
It struck a chord, but I had a busy day, had a lot to do. Really, it was unfortunate. However, through the day, it kept just coming up in my mind, just kept coming up. And by the end of the day, I just felt I had to call Pastor Graham, who was in charge of this ministry, and just talk to him about it.
I had absolutely no idea what we were going to do. The things that we may have been looking at was to take all these guys to Carm, to Knox Area Rescue Missions.
We decided we would build an addition on our office for their meeting room and build them some housing. And the fact that all within a matter of a couple of weeks, including going back in front of the same planning commission that was at odds with them in the same county, at the other end of the county, and they unanimously approved to go forward. That was another moment. Knew something was happening. Next thing I realized is that, how am I going to build this in 90 days? I really, we have crews, but that would definitely tax us to accomplish that. So we decided we would just employ. So we moved everybody, gave them all a job, all the men at the ministry. And it was incredible to watch how they gravitated towards the opportunity. With that, we started teaching, disciplines, everything from flooring, tile, painting, roofing, just any of the carpentry. That grew into culinary arts. We were having to feed 45 people.
It's a hard job, and I'm speaking about the pastors, the counselors, and the young men that come through the doors that I get the privilege of meeting, and just to hear their stories, why they're there. It could be my son. It could be anybody's son who has just struggled. And to have these men there who just love them.
And now we can show these guys that when they come in, they are coming into an atmosphere of excellence. To be able to know that God has nothing but greatness destined for them.
I had a really rocky road prior to coming to True Purpose. I made a lot of decisions that you could say were less than par, that were disappointing to myself and to my family, but I was so focused on drugs that it didn't really matter.
Before I even found out about True Purpose, he was only going to have two options for me, and that was to pick out which field I wanted to drop him in with a sleeping bag or take him to the rescue mission. That I was at that point.
I came in not knowing what to expect. I'd heard that you work, I'd heard this and that. And it was really crazy because I came in, everybody was really happy to see you, gave you hugs, told you they loved you, and at first you're kind of like, I don't know about all this, man.
He had to struggle through those things and is still struggling through all of those mistakes that were made.
You just want to rise up and be like, man, I don't have to be here. I deserve better than this. It's all about me, but if you can just die to yourself and realize, man, I screwed up. I do need to be here. This is the best for me, and you can really accept that. It makes the whole experience so much more enjoyable. Once you get that through your head, the rest is a breeze.
Hopefully they will find a true purpose, because that's been my and my son's saving grace.
We should always be receptive to help others, even if it's just the smallest gesture, like reading an article in a paper, and then just taking it to somebody who you think might be able to help. Because just that small little action creates such a positive response and helps so many people.
The day driving around trying so hard to forget their problem. It wasn't my problem. It wasn't my cross to bear. It's overwhelming. It's been an interesting journey.